TFT action. The tournament is going to resume for the 2019 All-Star event. I am Kobe, happy to get into the matchup between the Littles now alongside Mark, Drakos, and Jatt. We just keep on adding more clowns to the circus.
I thought the 3-man TFT cast was superior to the 2-man TFT cast. So by the same logic, we had a fourth.
All I'm saying is when you added a third person, we got to see that crazy Zed versus Sivir / Nocturne play. So if we add a fourth, does the likelihood succeed? I think so.
I think as long as we're watering Kobe down, it's good. So the more people we add in so Kobe can't talk, the better the cast becomes.
That's good. Or I'll just have to shout over whenever Mark tries to start talking. Let's take a look at who's competing this time around, though.
We got Sologesang, Lothar, TFT, and Bwipo. Lothar actually joined us on the cast yesterday. It was very insightful. So he's probably a favorite
He
for me.
seems really good.
So,
yeah, he's not.
We went over the rules for who is a Little and who is a Legend.
Right.
By last set, Lothar would be a Legend.
Yeah, because he was Challenger.
But this set, he started playing late, and he's only Diamond, so he's a Little.
How the mighty have fallen.
So in the Legend game, I asked you who would be the favorite.
Yeah, it's,
Didn't have an
Lothar.
And
Now
we're also
it feels
biased
like
because
it's Lothar.
Lothar came up, and he was a better third caster than Jatt was.
I don't know about that.
He actually taught us things, whereas Jatt
the
just
Zed
asked
thing?
questions.
Yeah, the Zed thing was sweet. I didn't know about the Zed thing.
What?
The first Zed shadow counts as an additional assassin, so partway through the match, you get the 3 assassins.
Yeah, you still need 2 to... Well, you should probably still want it at the very beginning so you have the assassin trait.
Yeah, for sure. But like even that little thing is just...
All right, first things first. Let's change up some of the key bindings here.
Yeah, we got to make sure...
Much more important to see than any item selected.
So Wippo, as the LEC representative, I do know has played a decent amount of TFT.
Okay.
I would not call him a super high level player, but I would not be surprised if he has 1 or 2 strats under his belt. Like most beginner season or set 2 players, I imagine it's probably hyper roll predators. Probably, but we'll see what he gets.
Well, TheShy, known for dominating Summoner's Rift, as well as the ARAM map, as well as 1v1s. So can he do it in TFT as well?
He does claim to be not that mechanical of a... Like, he's more of a thinking player, he says. You know, when he was interviewed about how good he is, he's like, well, it's not about my mechanics as much as my thinking. So this is the perfect game for a low mechanical player like TheShy.
I judge how
that
much...
took a turn.
It was
So, like,
sarcasm.
if you could test one thing, let's say you know nothing about any of these players, I think how quickly they buy champs is a good correlation to how much TFT they played.
That and how much they mouse over their abilities.
Okay, that's a pretty big one, too.
Jatt, your advice there is very similar to when people ask, okay, how do I have confidence in my life? And they say, just fake it. Just fake confidence until it's real. That's what you're doing. Just instantly buy the champions like you have a plan, and
Yeah, look at that.
eventually it'll be
So good.
real.
That was pretty fast.
Sologesang is ready to go.
Ooh. Look at this. That's speedy.
Actually, yeah, this was...
Yeah,
No
this is actually
hesitation
very
on the woodlands.
I would like him to buy that Kokma, though.
Oh, and he
get
has
there.
hotkeys.
A lot of hotkey switching here.
Lothar also
Lothar,
keeping his options open.
yeah, he talked a lot about trying to stay very, very versatile. And again, this is one of the sleepers, I think, in the Littles match because he's very good at teamfight tactics and lots of other card games.
Yeah, he's got a long background of different ones. I do like the Infernal with Kiana, if you can find the Diana in the opener with the Woodland Druid.
Yeah, and he does have the early Kiana. Now, Kiana is just a very good unit in itself, even without specific synergies. A lot of players would talk about the value. Because her ult is so good, you can get double stuns off it on priority targets.
It's also very nice because two very strong early game units, the Diana obviously going into the Woodland comp, as well as the Zyra, who scales very well later in the game, are both Infernal. So while Infernal isn't my favorite synergy in the game, it's definitely something that's much easier to achieve on this Infernal map.
Talking about what type of units you want to upgrade early, we just saw TFT there. He had 2 of the best. Zyra is insane as far as mage, summoner, ocean composition. You can put items on her. She'll carry you very, very far through the mid game, and you keep her even in the final build. Plus, he had Renekton, which, due to the healing, extremely strong.
Got some early lightning, or excuse me, electric out of Wippo, but
Now, Ornn got a lot of good AoEs there, and Volibear's going to try. Diana's level 2, so this might be a rare case of a defeat for a Woodland Druid. Level 2 Diana here, taking her down.
really nice stack, actually, for the electric. Doesn't always work out that well in the early game.
Salt.
Level 3 beating level 4 too.
Yeah, it feels bad. You invested
Yeah.
early. That was actually a 5v3.
And yeah, the Shy using early money as well. A lot of players do not want to invest early money into leveling to get those early wins. Not quite as important, and getting your econ going. Level 2 Vlad though, 2-star.
Committing the
All right.
gold. to
Was
go up to
was
4.
that a little move there, leveling at that point, just to get the Vlad in?
If you have something big to put in,
Like a 2-star
then you
Vlad?
can if you're trying to go for that
Didn't
win
even hit
streak.
a synergy though when he threw it in.
I don't think you needed the synergy. I would have given up electric and just gone for the 2-star Vlad.
I mean,
personally.
it doesn't. It's one of those traps where you're like, well, it doesn't cost me any econ because I'm at 16 anyways, right? But it will eventually.
Yeah,
cost you.
it's a little short-sighted for later because it adds up.
I mean, he's got 1 win under his belt. There's not really an argument for preserving the win streak, but could start the ball rolling.
One thing to pay attention to is early item completions. Things like Phantom Dancers and Morellonomicon will always be super high value. So you'll see people go for the pieces of those items even pretty early on. And just have a champion that's a mid-game carry. Like something that is a 1 or 2 cost champion that even if you upgrade to 2 stars, a 1 cost champion, you can sell it back later. So anything with AoE is pretty good at that.
Ooh, I
Here's a Pred player.
Yeah, I like this so
About
more for
time.
Exosen. Already has 2 of the important pieces of it done.
So-
Renekton not quite that important.
I would for sure put that level 2-star Renekton instead of
The
the
Mundo.
Mundo though, because you're not getting poison with it.
100%.
And 2-star Renekton is a very, very beefy champ. Let's see, what has he got on his...
Did he hear you? I think. Good job.
Uh,
Good job.
Well done, Little. Now, look at the item completions. You can make a Spear of Sojin. That's one of the best tier items there. But also having both of them, you can make a Seraph. So,
I like GA Seraphs maybe a little bit more.
yeah, I would agree.
Big damage, though, coming in from Lothar on these assassins.
But there's the spin.
Yeah.
Renekton 2-star is a big boy.
And this is one of the things that I really love about set 2 is that it doesn't feel bad to invest a lot of items into your 1 or 2 cost units early. Because in set 1, if you put all your items onto it, like Darius, you got a 3-star, yeah, it was pretty good, but it could never really outclass a lot of these carries, where I feel like all the way through mid-game, a Maokai with items, a Renekton with items, feels so good, and it's just so oppressive for most comps to deal with.
Spoiler, they released a little cheat sheet with the nerfs for next round. Renekton and Maokai are both on the list.
Oh,
Yes,
no!
You
Zed,
thought it felt
not a
good,
Zed.
Drakos.
Yeah,
Not team
Singed
four.
is on the list. Yeah, but Zed, I guess that's one of the ones there that most people do want to see find their way there. Negatron cloaks are usually left till the end because Dragon Claw is one of the good ones, but besides that, maybe Zephyr. Not a lot of other good options to combine. I guess Ionic Spark is decent as well, but not a high priority, especially early item.
They make a lot of okay ones, but
Yeah.
not that many that are like build enabling or anything.
Yeah.
So you usually see people go for other things.
Exosen. Okay,
Yeah.
got Predator again. Realized he had to maintain the synergy there. Doesn't get to use the level 2 Horn. Bit sad, but could level. But I think you just wait.
Yeah, I mean, Kobe is a big fan of the Poison Electric, so having the Ornn there at 2-starred is okay. But
Yeah, currently it's going to cost him
Econ?
some econ
you would
here.
sell here, right?
Yeah.
Because you're basically trying to set up, I think, for hyper roll predators, right?
Or I would have switched them maybe. Renekton's super good early, but
Oh,
not going to use it later. So you put in your Ornn and you sell that one instead to get your 3 and hit your econ.
yeah.
Just to keep your options open for electric later.
Yeah.
I got some Twitter questions earlier. We use the term hyper roll a lot,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of people don't know what that means.
So hyper rolling is the idea that you really focus on econing pretty hard up all the way until the start of the 3rd stage, and you don't level before then. And then you'll be forced to level from level 4 to level 5 just by the natural XP the game gives you. And before that happens, you spend all of your gold. And that's why it's called hyper rolling, is because
Yeah.
you literally dump, 40, 50 gold into rolling to complete your 1 cost units.
And you want to do it really fast because you want to maximize your interest. So you save all your money until this one turn right before you're about to level, and then spend it all and pick your units up very quickly. Those are the intense moments of
Yeah.
TFT super early on because there are mechanics and quick recognition of what is good in your new hand and what you don't need.
And you have to be able to recognize slight shifts in what your comp can do. If you're getting one more of another unit, you need to be able to adjust. For the most part, Hyper Roll Predator is pretty easy to see, but the small adjustments can be a big difference. And
And managing bench space gets really annoying too in some of the
very
situations.
hard. And of course, if you're very, very new, the reason you do it at 4, right before you get into 5, percentage chance to get different tier units changes, and 4 is kind of the optimal balance between getting tier 1 units, finishing up those tier 1, tier 2 units, and having enough gold to roll an insane number of times.
I will also say, Sologesang, if I'm saying that name right.
The comeback
as that game was
LeBlanc.
close. The 100 health player is the person who was clicking really fast at the start. So there's something to my theory of the fast clickers are generally the better TFT players.
Let's check
Look
out.
at how fast he's moving his units as well.
Yeah.
There's something to this.
I like that.
He moved things a lot 1 hex over, but
Uh-huh.
it didn't change very much, especially
No.
since this is Krugs.
If you want to impress Jatt, just move things in little circles.
I mean, Faker presses a lot of buttons when he plays.
It's like the people who like walk
He
back and
clicks
forth
the
in lane.
fastest.
you remember
he
what-
tabs around.
I know for a fact, though, Jatt does not spam around F keys when he's jungling to look around
I click the minimap.
at the map.
Yeah, I click the minimap instead.
If you wanted to be faster, Jatt, and stay true to your own rules, your AP would be better if you spammed with your F keys.
Well, no. If I did it, I will be better. So
Yeah.
my theory is still true. It's just not something I
Yeah,
can
you're
do.
just not there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the thing where you see how you could be better, and you just have your own limitations.
There's a lot of that in life. Yeah. It's like, a lot of people could be better if they went to the gym daily.
That's
It
profound.
just doesn't happen.
Very profound.
Yeah.
That's why we've got you here.
It's funny,
It's
too,
just gonna
because
You see that you should eat healthy.
It's just going
Ooh.
to devolve into Jatt life lessons.
The Shy got the early mage cap here. So this is a really cool twist that you can put on Ocean Mages. You can put your mage cap on either a Annie or Nami later, something that's going to get a lot of value out of double casting. Getting 2 Tibbers is super big early, and Nami getting longer knockups basically with double waves.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where he goes because he's kind of in between Woodland Druid and Mage right now. And I assume he wants more to go to Ocean Mage, especially if you pick that item up.
Yeah, basically it's just so harmonious to have Ocean, which gives you mana for your double cast, and then your Mage obviously synergy going to get those high values out.
and clearly designed that way, right? You've got both Vladimir and Syndra very early on to set that up, so.
Also on the cheat sheet for nerfs coming up, Ocean was one of the only synergies there.
I feel like I got to see this cheat sheet.
It is on Twitter is where I found it.
Are there Woodland Druid nerfs?
I saw at least Maokai on there, and I think Ivern as well.
So
at
basically
two
small
of the
hits.
champions.
Small hits to all the popular
For
stuff.
sure.
Aside
Except
from
for
Zed.
Zed. Yeah, Zed was the one thing I saw a lot of people were like, wait a second, Singed is here. All these things are here.
I think the thing is like for me, losing to Singed is much less immediately tangible than losing to Zed, because when you see a Zed get 30 redemptions in a round, you're like, that
But
feels.
Zed's also cool.
that
hell.
Yeah, super. Okay, you're right. That's
Interesting
fair.
point, Daniel. Very interesting point. But we have an interview ready with a more interesting person. So let's throw it up to the
Wow.
stage. Dash, is it shots?
Thank you, thank you very much, Kobe. I'm standing by with Wippo, who's sitting in 4th position. That's winning position when it comes to TFT. Wippo, I already spoke to you earlier in the competition here, and you promised me that EU was going to smash NA. You fulfilled that promise. You're crushing it right now in the 1v1 tournament, still in it. And here you are in TFT, but if I'm taking a wild guess, this is probably your least comfortable game mode. How are you feeling about how you're doing so far?
Honestly, right now, I feel like if I had the right units, I can mount a comeback. I've got 2 Scions, 2 Kindreds, and 1 Malzahar, actually.
All right, so we're looking to 2-star some units. Did you get an opportunity to talk to your legend at all? Did you get any advice before coming into this matchup?
I talked to multiple people, try and see what they were doing, and they all suggested that most of the people that I was playing against would probably be hyper-rolling, so Econ was a good strat, so I'm going to try and Econ Shadow and see what I can get here.
All right, so 50 gold feels good. We've got the strategy in sight. Of course, we need to make sure that the RNG is on our side. Lastly, in terms of items, you are aware that you're supposed to use these. I just want to confirm that.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see on which unit I want to put them.
All right, beautiful, beautiful.
Right now, the item I'm going to pick right now, because I'm quite low, is going to decide which unit I want to make really strong, and then based on that, I think I'm going to start doing some rolling as well.
All right, well, since I've been here, you've gone from 4th to 7th. I feel like I may have cursed you. So after this carousel round, I really hope you can hit the rolls and get yourself to those 2 stars. Best of luck. Get back into it. Back to you guys over on the desk.
Thank you, James. A little sabotage there. But also, you can always play it off as, I wanted to get first pick on the carousel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bwipo kind of is giving away that he's focused on econing. He's okay to lose streak a little bit. It's all part of the strategy.
And I always love econing on Shadow, because Shadow feels like one of those synergies that just goes mostly unnoticed in a lot of the very powerful metacomps. And so while it doesn't, in my eyes, stack up to a lot of the other ones, getting a 3-star does change that.
Yeah, and you can 3-star Kindred later into the game at higher levels too, because it's a higher cost unit. Not going to be too worried about it. And you can peek with some... Ooh, extra Malzahar is picked up here. He gets his 2-star that he was looking for.
Yeah. Let's see what else.
So a lot of people rolling right now, willing to give up that extra point of gold.
Yeah, TFT more in the Ocean
So-
mage category, but doesn't have any Vladimirs.
All right, here's general rule, especially for Ocean Mages, because we're looking at this. Most people will wait until level 7, which usually you can get to if you're econing either right before Wolves or right after Wolves. Basically, you want to get to the PvE round, which doesn't cost you anything. PvE rounds are almost always free wins. Then spend all of your money, because you have a much higher chance at your 4 costs level 7 rather than level 6, and that allows you to get Brand, which is usually what you're going to hard carry with. Otherwise, you can put your items and carry with Zyra.
It's also a comp that kind of needs to be 7 and 8 to really turn online. Like, theoretically, Predators can be online at, like, level 5. Same with Woodland, Druid, Assassin. Whereas, like, Ocean Mage has a really hard time getting there.
All right, we've got an upgrade here. Jay Streit has joined us for some Challenger advice here. Hot off of the victory. How you feeling?
I feel good to be here. I'm so glad and was so close and yeah, was cool. Was a really good match.
Yeah, you had the Zed that we were all betting that the Zed was going to be able to beat the Sivir, but then the Hand of Justice buff seemed too crazy in that fight.
Yeah, it's for me. I had that win and didn't happen, but that's fine. We still have tomorrow. But I had the perfect settings on Zed. I don't know what.
It
what
really
happened.
looked good. I immediately put all my money on you, but then he 3-starred the Sivir. Did you get a chance to give any good, quick, like Challenger advice to Little that you were paired with going into this?
Yeah, I talked with Goku. It's
Uh-huh.
a little legend, and I said some strats and follow this and see what's happened.
All right, give us the insight then.
Ocean Mage and
Ah. So for Ocean Mages, did you tell him like try and get to level 7 and roll for your brand, or did you give him extra pointers on?
This is, you need to look for your lobby because sometimes you need to roll in the level 6. Was what's happening in my lobby, like I had 3 people doing the same composition.
Yeah.
Then sometimes you need roll down on 6, or sometimes you need echo to 7 and roll down find the brain.
Yeah, your lobby was actually pretty weird with it. It didn't feel like there were any Predator players in your lobby. It was all like, felt like a ton of Woodland Druid.
Yeah, I don't remember any Predator. Is the first thing that you check in the first PV how many Predators have.
Yeah.
Because you need
Who
to...
types me pred first?
No one. This was the point. I didn't see any Predator.
So why specifically Ocean Mage? You just feel like this is kind of like user-friendly, like if you're just getting started on set 2, that this is kind of the easiest comp to pull off, or do you feel like this is one of the stronger comps that people can get started on?
It's a composition to you transition since the early game to late game, right? It's if you see the solo, he starts with 4 oceans. What make he feels good and he can echo and see like if he gets like Zed or something in the late game.
Yeah, that's one of the things too. I feel like there's a lot of good pivots if you start out with Ocean. The summoners are a huge part of it. Summoners are so valuable, especially since a lot of them are higher cost units. And he got Brand, he got a 2-star York already. If you just even have the mana gain from Ocean on those summoners, that will also carry you.
He got 2 Brands level 6, was crazy.
Yeah.
And he had like the win streak, like I think was 7 win streak, something like this.
All right, who's at top here?
It feels like TheShy has come into this looking to redeem himself after a difficult Kalista performance in the show match, because he's doing very well, rolling reasonably confidently. He has to have some TFT experience.
A lot of upgrades here.
Ooh, this is awkward though, because I want those items off my Zyra, but then that's gonna like you're already kind of in the ideal spot though.
Well, one of the things that Lothar said yesterday that really stuck with me is like talking about Zyra, while yes, less immediately powerful, probably more reliable than the Brand in the sense that the Brand ult can fizzle depending on who you're going up against. The Brand ult doesn't always come out, but the Zyra feels like always you get some value.
Also, Mage Cap can't go on brand.
No, I didn't mean on brand. You
I
put that in
know.
the Annie or the Zed later. I would like to hear what Jay Streit you would do in the Shy's position where you have a lot of items on your Zyra. Do you just keep them there until much later, or when do you look to move them off?
Normally, it's what he gonna do. If you see he's holding a Zyra there, it's probably for when he gets some Zed, he can put the items on Zed. It's Zyra with this Mage Cap. It's really good to make you echo the early game because you literally win all your mates because these are Mage.
Yeah, I actually like when people do that where they have like another completed unit that's just going to go in, but you get the items off, so you still get to keep the Zyra.
I also think he might be going for 6 mages because he got the Mage Cap, and he's just holding extra mages on bench. So I don't recommend that, but he might go that route.
So here's the thing. You gave Goku Ocean Mage advice. He's immediately gone light berserker. Are you happy with this adaptation? You're like, oh, this is good, or are you like, light?
I'm glad because he didn't force his comp. It's what I always advise. If you don't get the champs, don't try to force. It's what make you lose. I remember he got like 6 veins, and it's because he's going vein, right?
Yeah. Not quite enough to pull out the victory there, but
Needs to get one more light, and he's stuck at 5, even with the item on.
I want a light Zed. I feel like that's you know, that's the dream.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but now in this patch, I think if you light Zed, when he clones, it's gonna multiply your synergy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the best. All right, what did he end up getting? Let's track Goku because that's your little, and he's on the bottom.
He picked up a Yorick, which I don't know if he has yet.
He has a Yorick already on the board that I saw. I think this might be 2-star Yorick. I don't know if he only had 1 or if he had 1 on the bench as well. Obviously not ideal to get the 2-star off of this because it does force the crit glove to be used, but no.
Well, he's got another Brawler's Glove, so you can just make a Thief's Glove on Yorick is actually...
That's not bad.
All right.
He has the Soraka he can put in once he can level, so I think he's just going to focus more on leveling.
Yeah, this is the Shy that I was talking about. See, he's holding a lot of these extra mages that are not high-value mages, the Talia and the LeBlanc here, and he does have a Mage Cap.
The thing is, he has more than 15 echo, then it doesn't matter so much.
Because, like, theoretically, when he does all in, he should sell those for whatever
the level.
Yeah. But until then, it's fine.
The biggest thing is he is doing Mage comp, and if you don't have Morello, it's so hard you win. You make like top 1 without Morello.
And they only have 1 more PvE round up here on round 4, because in round 5 you start getting the completed items, and you won't be able to make it.
But Plugo's doing surprisingly well. I like the comp that he's putting together. Electric is one of those synergies that it feels a bit gimmicky, but when it really starts to take off, does do some serious work.
I mean, especially if you get good Zed items, too, it can get pretty obnoxious, because each of those Zeds is like making that huge electric burst.
Yeah, and Phantom Dancer's it's not obviously not the perfect Zed item, but it's pretty solid.
How do you feel about the mid-game Ezreal carries? Because it's actually a pretty good like mid-game carry, but I always feel weird selling it since you lose a decent amount on it.
Yeah, I didn't try so much. I don't feel so much confidence with range because the other comps are scaling so much, like Ocean, the Predators and everything. But it's good. It's doing a good job.
Well, and the crit there, he just one-shot. I could not see what backline unit he one-shot there, but he definitely just one-shot someone with the crit on top of the Death Cap, on top of the Archangels, so...
Yeah, I mean, he has Poison already. He has 2 3-star Predators in the Skarner and the Kog'Maw, so he's actually... And now it's Singed. All right.
And he has a Nico.
Yeah. If he can get a... He also has a Giant's Belt, so if he can find just a wand...
He's just chanting for a large rod.
He used 3 wands on Ezreal. That feels so bad.
All right, they're not wands.
They're
rods.
They're
sir.
needlessly large rods.
Needlessly large
There
rods.
you go.
He has used 3 of them on Ezreal and does not have a Morello's, so it feels a little bad, man.
All right, well, Jay Streit, we got one more question for you for your match tomorrow. What is your favorite comp? Like, if it's not contested, what would be your favorite comp to run tomorrow?
I like so much the electric.
Huh?
Electric comp.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it's too hard. It's you need Z2. you need to scale to the late game because the biggest problem is you can't equal in the early game with electric. You lose to the most of comps.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you like using as a bridge? Like, what would be like your early game comp to set you up for electric?
It's normally Predators because Predator is really strong in the early game, and sometimes you can do like what I did. It's if you watch the match, I was trying transition to electric. I was trying to drop something, but I didn't get the to electric, and I tried to get Luke's electric, but didn't come.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to be subbing Jatt back in. So thank you so much for coming out, Jay Streit. Where can we find you? Twitter, Twitch, any place you want to shout out?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitch, YouTube, Twitch. It's my nickname, Jay Streit. It's so hard to spell, but yeah, shout out to everyone in Brazil, everyone here. I'm so glad to be here and be part of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
From out of the sewers comes doom.
So we did have our first elimination during that. His little Goku
Oh no!
Oh no.
Get back up there, quick!
sapped all his power for himself.
Unintentional, we swear.
All right, we're checking in with Lothar's at 9 HP here.
He was supposed to be one of my favorites, but then he went.
Do you remember?
He has
remember when we
a
talked
level
him up?
1 Singed with Morellos.
Okay.
But there are a lot of other Singed that are already grabbed up, so it might be hard for him to fight his way out of this hole.
Yeah, and he's also got just Berserker Glacial is not a real composition that people look for.
Also, this Ezreal is incredibly strong. Like, I understand it definitely is not the ideal late game carry, but it is just one-shotting everything.
Yep.
Left whips the Qs. I missed 2 Qs.
That's why I expect the sell later, because Ezreal, single target can also whiff these things, is not that great for late. It's a huge mid-game carry.
I think the only thing that's awkward about it to me, I would love it, except for some of the items are really not ideal. I don't mind Archangels, but I think those rods are better used in other places. Like you're talking about the Morellonomicon, obviously an item that you really want to have in every single game just about.
Yeah, and Lothar did drop during that time. Ripperoni.
Rest in peace.
Let's go down the list. We got a bunch of Ocean Mage players. We still have the Shadow focus. Bwipo was talking about
5 Shadow. Let's do it.
his strat was, hey, not many other people are going to go Shadow, so I'll just look for Shadow if nobody else is going for it. And you can get your 2 stars very quickly. He also has found the Yi, the end game Shadow.
Yeah, but he's going up against TheShy, who has the kind of dream Ocean Mage comp online.
Yeah, but he just got one shot by the Veigar. Brand can carry.
Oh, no,
the Timbers fight.
Rapid Fire Kindred.
Kindred's going to chunk.
She just jumped out of the fire.
2v1 though, no.
Oh, no.
Oh. Those bears are so strong.
Oh, we're almost to top 4.
Ooh.
Who's going to get the Force of Nature? So when you have completed items on the carousel, they are the ones that haven't been built in the game. Oh, he passed it! No!
Everyone's picking it.
All the question marks.
No one wants it.
It's a 5-cost Force of Nature. Oh my goodness.
Pass on that.
That went to almost... He's second place. That he
Plugo
got.
took a red buff instead of a fawn.
Okay, I can understand potentially the redemption if you already have like a Zed, and this is just like best in slot item potentially for the Zed.
Yeah.
But I don't know red buff ever is close. If there's anything that ever wants red buff enough.
Sologesang is second place, and he got the Force of Nature.
Yeah.
That is sick. Smurfing. All right, let's see if Wippo can find the extra Yi. He's got one more Yi to 2-star.
Needs two Malzahars too, potentially.
Scion. Oh, that's the Kindred.
Oh, well.
That's seen 3-star.
Yeah.
We have seen this.
Runan's red buff.
With the red
3-star
buff.
Silver.
That's why he took the red
He
buff.
didn't take the red buff.
Plugo took the red buff.
I thought that was Bwipo who took the red buff.
Plugo took it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
Because he was last place.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see.
It's a good pick.
How many great comebacks are we going
The
to see
Zephyr
from
got him.
Blade Master 3-star Sivers?
That is a very high value
Good
Zephyr.
Zephyr.
Is it going to be enough, though?
Pops.
I think it will.
I've been really impressed by 3-star Sivir. I don't think any... Oh, no.
Oh, the Zephyr won the game and eliminated him. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, now he's not top 4.
He just hit the 3-star Sivir.
That's what's really good about Zephyr on this patch is you pretty much always know there's a hyper carry or something very important on one of these tiles. And so you almost
I
always
don't even
get
think
good
it was
value.
on the Infernal.
he
it
didn't
wasn't
have
even on the
it on the
Infernal. It was
Oh, that was
in
just
the
the
middle.
closest unit?
It was just in the middle, yeah.
Well, we're going to pretend you didn't say that so we can talk about the big brain play by whoever knocked him out.
Wippo.
All right, there's the 3-star Zyra now with the static shiv.
That's a lot of mana. Instantly going to ult, and then just going to continue ulting.
Perfect.
There you go.
A lot of
I can read tooltips, Kobe. That's what I'm here to provide.
Look at what he's fighting, though. That's a Zed with Redemption, Phantom, Dancer, Dragon Claw.
So this was the player who took the Redemption. Tio Feeder took Redemption.
Oh, baby. All right, my money is back on the Zed. It didn't work last time because the 3-star Hand of Justice Sivir.
But the
I'm doubling
3-star
down.
Sivir is gone.
Yeah, I'm doubling down again on the Zed with pretty much perfect items.
Is there any poison player?
All right, let's get another interview. Dash, I believe, is ready on stage. What have you got to tell us this time around?
Thank you very much, Kobe. That's right. I'm with Sologesang, who I saw pick up a Force of Nature from second position. That had to have been a surprise on the last carousel.
They left it to me, actually. Actually, Plugo did me a favor.
Ah, okay, yeah. Plugo went out in 5th and gave you the Force of Nature to make sure that you're sitting pretty. But taking a look at your composition here, we got a whole lot of synergies. Ocean, Summoner, Inferno, Mage, Mystic. Do you feel lucky to have gotten all of this, or what?
It's a new and exciting comp here, right?
Yeah, very much so. We heard Jay Streit talking about it too. He said to his little, that was the advice he gave. Go for the Oceans, go for the Mages. I have been told that you were a top-level Dota Auto Chess player before coming over here to look to dominate the TFT world. How do you feel you're doing so far in mastering TFT and making the rise to rank 1?
Oh, that's been okay. Oh, I was hard stuck rank 2 for a long time, so there was no rank 1 yet, so...
Okay. But in TFT, you think you have what it takes to get rank 1?
Hopefully, yeah. I need to win this tourney first, right?
I like that a little. But, I mean, we're sitting at 10 of 10 up here. Do you think it's even possible for you to drop another round here from now to the finish? Look at TheShy's comp. Oh, we got the 2-star Zed over there. What would it take for your comp to beat a 2-star Zed?
Oh, I need poison. I need Singe. Because he has Dragon Claw, so I cannot kill him. I need Singe to, deny him.
So you would be comfortable just shoving a Singed in here simply to get poison without anything else?
Yes, but don't tell them, right?
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Let me cover your mic so that they can't hear that. Either way, we're down to the last couple rounds. I don't want to distract you too much while you have to make some final adjustments on the board. We just saw what happened when that Zed pops off. So best of luck to you. Throw that headset back on. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, James. Yeah, don't let anybody hear about that top secret strategy of
Get
Singed.
singed.
Singed extremely.
Controversial. Bad character, I've heard from so many people.
Solo actually took place in that Rise of the Elements tournament that Lothar cast, so I probably should have actually put my bet on the person who competed in that tournament.
As
not on
opposed to the caster?
Yeah.
That's caster bias.
I didn't even need to know that. I just saw how fast he clicked at the start.
Jatt,
and
you're
this
right.
This is the thing I don't understand.
TheShy and Solo are the two fastest clickers in.
I answered that question before we got into the game.
Yeah.
Can't answer a question like 20 minutes later and be like, I answered it better with more data and information.
Yeah.
All I'll say as a follow-up to that is we witnessed. I'm gonna hold that down. We're in the final moments. We can get away from.
Oh, here's one of the funnest
strategy.
things. Drakos, take us through a Mage
just cast
Summoner
it.
versus Mage Summoner when the ground is filled with Inferno squares. Zyra
All
plants
right.
everywhere.
So what you're gonna want to do is turn away from the keyboard momentarily because there's too much going on to track, and you take your hands off, you lift them in the air, and you hope that your Zed gets to spawn more Zeds, or the game's just over.
Yeah, looking to watch which one double casts as well, because since nobody goes the 6 mages anymore, you just have the 50% chance.
Wow.
Is that an Ocean?
Oh,
Oh, baby.
that's gonna be a lot of ults.
That's early cast for the Zyra as well. This is a 3-cost Zyra with a Spear of Sojin. Spamming those 3 plants. Does he have a Morellos anywhere, though? No Morellos in this side. That's going to be big.
Yeah, he's already lost to the Zed once.
Get some emoting out of Tio Feeder.
Yeah, let's see how Solo does in this one.
Nice,
This will tell us a
nice
lot.
Nami wave.
Yeah. I'm not going to pretend I know who's winning this right now.
The floor is lava is
I think the Zed
basically
is
all
winning.
you need to know.
Is the Zed winning? Oh yeah, the Zed is
Yeah.
one.
The Zed is always winning.
Tio Feeder, actually, the other important thing to know is that everyone is Ocean Mage, and he has a Dragon's Claw on the Zed. So there's actually no way to really kill the Zed. Because Shy doesn't have healing reduction, and even if you do, that many redemptions coming in, you can't really burst through it. So I actually think there's no way that they can deal with the Zed outside of bringing poison into the comp to delay his ults.
Yeah, I mean, you could potentially Zephyr him, and that helps a bit, as well as poison. I feel like those are like the only 2 ways.
Zephyr's probably your best bet, but
Yeah.
if you don't get it offered to you,
Yeah.
It just Yeah, the thing is it's one of the reasons I think a lot of these fights are so hard to track is if the primary Zed has already, gotten the item active off, and if he has, it feels like everything from that point on is a little bit easier, but the Zed is actually just unkillable. I've never thought that I would be excited about Brand auto attacks and Zyra auto attacks, but here we are.
Well, TheShy is potentially trying to find a way to fit Zed into his comp.
He does.
But there's double Iceborne Gauntlet, Thieves Gloves, Annie on the front line. That was a smart play by TheShy. Once he saw it, he actually moved the Annie up.
And instantly the board is filled with ice.
And
as
fire.
well as fire.
Do you want to?
No Game of Thrones season.
Yeah, okay.
I thought All-Star 2016.
There you
when it was
go.
Fire vs. Ice.
Look at you, Mr.
All right,
Right. You got it. Wow, Mark. Really appealing. I want to see the 2-star Zed just because I think if you just swap the Zyra out.
But yeah, his problem is that he doesn't have items that he's going to be able to put on it. Zed, it's all about the
He's got
items.
2-star Lux.
Yeah.
Get those knots out of there. You're not getting. You got to accept it.
He's like, do I have enough health to lock?
I mean, he
Come on.
I
can
would like to
lose.
lock.
He's at
He can lose
30.
one.
He's going to lock it. Okay.
Okay. I like trying to kill someone because if you can just find one win over Tio, you might be able to beat Solo. Let's see if he can stop this Zed.
I just don't see it.
It's just
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Here we go. Nami Wave buys a bit of time before he gets to cast ult. But there it is. Now there's 2 Zeds and the game's
yeah,
probably
over.
over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Confirm for me one more time, fellas.
Well, he's not out yet, so he can still get second as long as he manages to play into Solo, because no one can stop the Zeds.
This little lobby was way stronger
than the other little
players.
lobby.
than the
I don't
other
want to
little
say anything negative about day one legends.
Why
but
not, Mark?
little-
It's like, there's just a difference. Like
Well, I mean,
some
like-
people are clearly more, a little more experienced here.
Lothar and Sologesang were both challenger players in set one.
Yeah, and Lothar didn't make top 4.
Yeah.
But it's important to set strict rules on what counts, You got to be, D3, D2 to play in the LCS/LEC. You got to be challenger to be we can't just let people in because of how they did in set 1, Mark.
That's true.
Yeah,
You got to earn your way up.
history.
It's a different game now.
What are the 3 items? So we got Ludens for Tio. That doesn't, probably put it on Brand?
Yeah.
Something that casts faster. I think
Zyra.
maybe I was gonna say Syndra can be good.
Well, Nami, you want as much flat mana on Nami to
Yeah, that's
cast
true.
early
It does
as
have a
well,
mana
too.
component.
It's a level 2 Nami.
TheShy does have tier 2 Master Yi. And Thieves Glove, okay.
Basically, fight for second, baby.
Yeah.
We're just waiting to see
Cross
who
your
rolls.
fingers and not play Zed. Because no one got healing reduction.
No, I don't think so. All right, so he
The
doesn't get the
ghost?
Zed. He gets Solo's board. Solo rolls the Zed.
Solo's looking to hide.
Yeah, he's getting in the back right corner.
He's getting close to that singed. If he could just make it through this round, he might be able to get poisoned. It's not looking bright.
He has killed a fair amount of the main units. The real Zed's still alive, though, I think, actually.
Yeah. There he is in the back.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And just like that, all you gotta do is avoid the Zed and you'll be fine.
Top 4 still moves on to tomorrow,
Yeah,
though.
it's true.
So, goal accomplished.
Wait, so are you is it top 4 based on the pairings? Are little pairings and legend pairings separate? Are the results of the little and the respective legend put together? Fine. All right, we'll figure it out.
I don't believe so because I saw a top 4 from the little from yesterday moving on already.
Yeah.
So
Gotta be
I think it was
There you go.
separate.
Which is good.
But hopefully,
All right, here we go.
Some people will be sad about
This is the side quest. Can you do anything to try and take this Zed down? This is main quest accomplished. Moving on.
Well, there's already multiples on the board.
yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to do anything about it. Tio feeder.
Yikes.
Just getting Dragon's Claw against the double.
Oh, it was enough.
Hey!
What? There you go.
Late game, a lot of damage dealt from the little legend. Tio feeder takes it with the smart pick of the redemption. He gave up the force
Off
of
the
nature
carousel.
on the carousel to take the redemption. Really smart heads-up play by Tio.
And honestly, I think at that point when you have, at the time obviously it looks really crazy, right? But when you already have the Dragon's Claw, when you already have the Phantom Dancer, that healing just makes you actually unkillable.
Yeah, I would say, you know, like we were saying, probably best in slot for Zed, who's one of the best units in the game. And yes, Fortune Nature can help a ton with things, but I think in certain situations, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the surprise was that there were like 4 or 5 people that passed up on it. Not just the guy with the Zed that was looking for a specific item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bunch of others as well. Still, I'm impressed with TheShy getting second there. He just dominates in so many games.
Well,
And we talked about how stacked this lobby is.
I want to say that the top 4 from this lobby,
You're going to tell us they
3
click
of those
fast?
4 players will be top 4 in the next lobby.
Are they going to click faster?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
question.
They were the faster clickers. I was watching the last Littles game. We didn't see any Volibear, Hover, Tooltip, Read, and Sell 'em all, buy one back strats in this game. This was high level.
You're just calling people out?
A little bit.
If you go back and know which player he's talking about,
Yeah,
otherwise
sure.
you might just be a vague reference.
That's my game.
Vague references? that's a pop
James
game to
Harden
be in.
junk, selling Volibears. You're a renaissance man of random references.
All right, let's get an updated look at the standings then to check in and make sure that we've got it all correct for tomorrow. Sneaky, Quid, Saros, Levi, the TO feeder, which we just saw with the Zed, TheShy, Solo, and Bwipo.
And so here's the thing. I remember all of these people from this lobby, and I see Wippo lagging a little bit behind, but the other 3 very confident. Yesterday, it's a bit of a blur, because as mentioned, that lobby was all over the place, so I'm not sure what to think of all those players heading into this one. I feel like today's group just has to be heavily favored.
I remember Sneaky won with Woodland Druid Assassin. But I remember watching as he was kind of doing some of his roll downs, and it wasn't like the optimal level 2 rolling situation sometimes. So
He was level 5 when he hyper rolled.
right, because he pre-leveled a little bit earlier. So, I mean, these are things that he can learn for the next day because it's going to be really close.
It's going to be really close, but we'll have to
Hey, thanks
tune
for
in
keeping it
tomorrow
interesting, Kobe.
for
Yeah.
the
You
exciting
have your
conclusion.
predictions for the winner?
I think it's either going to be Tio or Solo.
Not TheShy?
No, I think he had a great run.
Okay.
But I'm going with those 2. Because I felt like if I chose 3 players, that's just too many. But if you
All
go
from the
2,
lobby.
you can pass off choosing 2.
Yeah, I would go with Sologesang. Wippo, I want to believe him, but he's got a busy day tomorrow. He's got a couple of different events he's competing in.
Yeah, and I think it's you know, the Shadow was a good attempt, but sitting on 5 Shadow for so long. We'll see. We're giving Sneaky the credit to shape up. We'll see if Wippo shapes up.
TheShy will win.
TheShy will win.
Okay.
All right. When they're not all on stage, the All-Stars are actually soaking up the magic here.
Soaping it up.
You know, you got to get clean magic.
Soapy magic.
Soaking up that magic.